Because I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to leave the studio. Okay?
Yeah.
I like it the way it is. I'm not getting rid of the two high safeties.
What is your response to that, Zo?
I mean, I want to hear your response. I mean,
No,
there's
I
a
don't
lot
know that
of.
you do.
I don't want to hear your. Obviously, I was listening to the morning show, and I immediately text Jared. I said, "Dumbest idea. It's stupid. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense."
No.
So I mean. And I understand what he's saying, but does he not watch football? I mean, like just last week, I just turned to. I obviously had to watch the Detroit Lions play. Within the first 3 or 4 plays, Jared Goff throws a bomb, a 7 route to the sideline for like 30 or 40 yards.
Yeah.
Has he ever not watched Tyreek Hill play? I mean, we can go around
Tyreek Hill if they
the league and talk about the big shots that have constantly happened over and over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know what he's watching. I'm not going to put his name out there, but somebody said they need to put him back in the freezer until the draft gets back, right? Some people just need to stay in their lane because he doesn't know what he's talking about. And even from an offensive standpoint, if they playing that far back, I'm going to attack the seam, run digs all day. Right behind the linebackers, if they 30 yards back and he's making his seam, and I'm going to kill everybody. So he's just it's an over-exaggeration, a little bit of old man, get off my lawn type of stuff because it makes no sense. He named everybody that nobody knows these days, right? Great players, but he's kind of stuck in that era of his nostalgia of what he grew up on. And let's be quite clear, the NFL does not want to go back to what that was when we talk about the 2 backs, running the football, power, right, all that stuff, because they wanted more points scored. So it's so many things that you can talk about. He wants some of it, but not all of it. It's just a weird thing and a dumb idea in my
If I said we had to go to break right now, I think Wolf would literally explode.
No,
We don't.
no.
You got time, Wolf. Go ahead.
Honestly, right now, first of all, my disclaimer here, base earnings, I love Mel Kiper. I love Mel Kiper Jr. There's no doubt about it, okay? This guy is so good at what he does right now. I have no idea why he's talking about eliminating cover 2. What are you talking about, eliminating cover 2 right now? Mel! You've got to be kidding me. I'll tell you how we're going to eliminate cover 2. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball and attack the box, and we're going to gash you for 5 yards, 15 yards, maybe 50 yards, because you got those 2 safeties back there. We're going to continue to attack the box, and you're going to say, what are we doing keeping this safety up here? We better walk him down and get into that box right there. That's how you eliminate cover 2. Run the ball. Have an offensive line that is better than the box up front. Have tight ends that can block. You know what? Get kooky. Bring a fullback in and run ISO and start hammering the line of scrimmage. That's how you'll eliminate cover 2, in my opinion. And not only that, it's not like if you do run cover 2 that it's a guarantee. To Zoe's point, how many posts have you seen attack cover 2 for a touchdown? It's where you can attack cover 2. Posts down the field, 7 routes, corner routes, 9 routes down the field. That's what happened with Tampa too. You started bringing in a guy who was going to run down the middle of the field so those safeties could play heavier on the outside. That's Tampa too, okay? I don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind this. Because I love football in the scheme of football and how you can use your mind to actually say, you know what, we can create a scheme here. We can create a route combination here that is going to put them in a really tough situation. I don't want to start eliminating coverages or protections, right? Or protections or something like. I don't want to eliminate that. Let football live in all its glory. But the idea of, oh my goodness, we're going to throw the ball. We can't throw the ball down the field. I haven't seen that in the NFL, even with the trend of playing a cover 2 shell.
That's it? That's all you got to say?
I have to measure it because of Mel.
Yeah.
I love him and respect him, and yet I don't know what he's talking about.
Then hold him accountable.
So it's
like in love.
I just did. But you know what? He's not on the phone.
Yeah,
I've had him on many times over the years.
We were talking in the pre-show meetings, though, and we finally decided we're going to talk about this when Zoe's here, because Zoe's going to agree with Wolf, and I agree with Wolf. He made it sound like you have 5 safeties or something if you play 2. Like it doesn't. He absolutely over exaggerated it. But our reasoning was we're gonna have Zoe here because he'll kind of be a calming presence. Oh. And Zoe's like, no, go after.
No, go. But I mean, that's part, like to your point. But that's part of the game. The reason why you see a lot of those bubble screens and stuff, the quick game, because they have too high. Because eventually, it's just like an extension of the run game. Well, if you ain't gonna stop it, then I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah. And then you gonna bring those safeties down, and that's where the play action game comes into play. If I'm running the ball, or the fake bubble, and you taking your shot, right?
That's why you gotta be able to do it all.
Right? You gotta be multi-dimensional football team. So, it's just a guy. I think seeing something, making a statement. Just like J.J. Watt said, is this a bit?
Yeah,
right. I gotta say something to be relevant right now because it's draft season. So it's just part of it. It's not going to happen.
J.J. Watt did respond to that video on social media and literally said, "Is this a bit? This is a bit, right?" I think that's what he said. Because
you know what though, it sounds like something that a fantasy footballer would say. That's why it bothers me so much. Eliminate cover 2 so we can throw the ball down the field even more.
This is what I really like that you both said, and you were able to verbalize it better than I would have been able to because you both played in the league. But I like the idea of using the other team's strategy against them, right? And so if they're going to do that, then as you're saying, well, then, okay, you're giving me underneath. I'm just going to keep taking it. And if you really have a problem with that, then you change what you're doing. Like you're basically either taking what the defense gives you or you're forcing them to change. I think that's such a huge part of football as opposed to just being like, hey, ref, can you come over and tell them to move up so we can try something? Like that's not football.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.